Hello everyone, welcome again to our YouTube channel IELTS by Neil. Today we are going to do a live true false not given session with you. So without wasting any more time, let's begin this session. So on the left hand side here, the information is given, and on the right hand side the questions are being asked. So what you have to do, you have to find if these statements are true according to this text or false according to this text or not given. It means it's not mentioned in this text. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to read the question and we will see if the information given here in this paragraph, if it matches with this statement or not. If it matches, then yes, it is true. Information here, it contradicts the statement, then it's a false. Or if they have not talked about anything in this paragraph about this statement, then it's not given. So let's begin with question number 1. First question is, a husband can fill in an application form for his wife. Alright, so these are the keywords: husband, application form, and wife. Alright, so let's have a look in the information. I'm going to start reading from here, because this is the first paragraph. Okay, so you will need to fill in an application form for a passport in the following circumstances. If you are applying for a passport for the first time, if you wish to replace your current passport, if your passport has expired, or if it has been lost or stolen. Your application form must be completed in your own handwriting. Alright, there you go. So application form must be completed or must be filled, the same thing. Okay, so here the information is saying that your application form must be completed in your own handwriting, means you yourself have to fill the form. And here the question is saying a husband can fill an application form for his wife. So it means this information is contradicting this statement, going against this statement. So that has to be a false. So that's a false. Alright, moving on to the next one. Photocopies of documents are acceptable in some circumstances. So we just read the paragraph first. There was nothing about the photocopies because the keywords here are photocopies, acceptable, or you can say documents also. Okay, all right, and in some circumstances. All right, let's move on to the next paragraph. As proof of your citizenship and identity, you must enclose either your passport or your birth certificate. All documents must be originals. These will be returned with your passport. Alright, so all documents here, have a look at this. All documents must be original. So this information here is going against this, because the question is saying photocopies of documents are accepted, whereas this information is saying that only originals are accepted. Okay, so these two things are going against each other, means contradicting. Okay, so that'll be a false, because this sentence here is not according to the information, it's going against the information. So that's again a false. Moving on to the next one. An incomplete application will affect processing time. So incomplete application and processing time, keywords are here. But we did not find anything in these two paragraphs. Now let's move on to the next one. The standard time to process an application is up to 10 working days. The processing begins from when we have received the complete application form. Applicants should expect delays if the passport office received a form with missing information. There you go. So this one here, missing information, means the form is not complete. Okay, so here the text is saying that Applicants should expect delay if the passport office receives a form with missing information. Means if the information is not complete, you might expect a delay in your application. Okay, and the question here is saying an incomplete application will affect the processing time. Means that is correct, because incomplete application will affect the time, will delay the time. You will have to wait for longer time. So this question here is matching with this information, so this is true. Okay, moving on to the next one. The passport photos included in your application must be in color. Okay, so here this is the keyword, and it must be in color, so we have to look for this. So until here there was nothing like passport photos or anything. Okay, so move on to the next one. Please provide 2 identical passport photos of yourself. Both photos must be same in all respect, must be less than 12 months old. Okay, so here the photos paragraph has been finished, but they have not mentioned anything like it should be colored or it should be black and white, it should be not colored or anything like that. So they have simply not mentioned anything about the photographs being colored or being not colored. Okay, or some maybe other color like black and white. Okay, so there's nothing mentioned about that, so it would be not given. I hope it's getting clear to you. Moving on to the next question, it says an eyewitness can be a relative of the applicant. Alright, so in this one, a witness is the keyword, a relative is the keyword, and yeah, applicant is the keyword as well. We can take it. Alright. So there was nothing mentioned until here about the relatives or anything. So we're just gonna read this last paragraph now. Ask someone who can identify you to fill the proof of identity information and identify one of your photos. This person will be called your witness. So we find the keyword here, and needs to meet the following requirements. A witness must be aged 16 years or over, be contactable by phone during normal office hours, and be holder of a valid passport. Okay, so these are the conditions of a witness here. This one here, this sentence here, this sentence here, and here. So nothing is mentioned about the relative or anything. Let's read a little bit further. A witness should fill in the proof of identity page in their own handwriting. A witness must also write the full name of the person applying for the passport on the back of one of the photos. Sign their own name and date the back of the same photo. Alright, so nothing mentioned about this. So there's what are the conditions of witness here? Conditions of witness are the witness must be 16 years or above and be contactable by phone during normal office hours and the holder of a valid passport. So these 3 are the conditions. And the question is saying a witness can be a relative of the applicant. But here, under the conditions of witness, they have not talked about anything about the relative, whether it can be relative or cannot be relative of the applicant. So according to this text, there's nothing mentioned about the witness being a relative or being not a relative. So that'll be a not given. Okay, next question. Anyone acting as a witness must have a passport. I think we just read this information somewhere here. Here it is. A witness should fill in not here. Here it is. Meet the requirements A witness must be 16 years or above, be contactable by phone during normal office hours, and be the holder of valid passport. Means witness has to hold a valid passport. So this information given here is true for this question number 6. So that'll be a true. Okay, last question now. The passport application must sign their name. Sorry, that's a passport applicant, not application. The passport applicant must sign their name on the back of both photos. Okay, so information was somewhere in the last of this paragraph here. A witness should fill in the proof of identify page in their own handwriting. A witness must also write the full name of the person applying for the passport on the back of one of the photos, sign their own name and date the back of the same photos. Photos with identifying information written in applicant's own handwriting will not be accepted. So this last sentence here, photos with identifying information in the own handwriting will not be accepted, means applicant cannot write anything in their own handwriting at the back of the photos. Otherwise it will be rejected, it will not be accepted. So according to the text or according to the given information, that is false. So in this exercise we have done is that if you find the questions going with this information has to be true, if you find the question going against the information has to be false, if you find like nothing is mentioned about the question, that has to be a not given. I hope this exercise has given you a little bit of clarity about the true, false, not given. If you have any questions about true, false, not given, or any question related to the IELTS preparation, please do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for your time today. See you in the next video.